Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Blue Golf Ball here today with another Pokemon TCG Online video, and today I'm going to be doing a Darkness challenge. It's going to have to do with 800 damage output from your Dark Pokemon. And of course, what better Pokemon to do it with? Yveltal EX. This is probably the best choice for most of you guys out there, but I'm going to be building this for the expanded format. I really like the expanded format with Dark Patch, and I'm not going to be playing Sableye because it's just so easy to knock him out, and he's just not that powerful anymore. But, you know, Junkhunt is always still a really good attack. Anyways, Yveltal EX, you guys all seen this guy before, 170 HP, Darkness Pokemon, weak to Lightning, because he's a flying type, I guess. So with that, we do have the Fighting Resistance, which is a good thing. 2 retreat cost, which is pretty heavy. But the Evil Ball attack is a really good attack, and you guys all know this attack already. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. And Y-Side Clone is also a nice attack as well for energy conservation. And then we have the nice partner here with Darkrai EX being able to have the ability Dark Cloak. And you can never know, you can use a Night Spear. You can always do the classic turn 2 Night Spear with 2 Dark Patches. And since we're going to be playing Battle Compressor, that makes things even easier to get the Darkness energy into the discard pile. We have Jirachi here for Stellar Guidance, being able to play this card from our hand to draw out any supporter card that we have in our deck and play that. It's very consistent, and you guys need to get this card. It's kind of a staple in most decks. And we have the Mewtwo EX here with the X-Ball. It's kind of a different type weakness, and things like Lucario and maybe another Mewtwo as well, or Deoxys. We can play Mewtwo EX here as a counter for those kind of scenarios. We have Trubbish and Garbodor for cases like Sigilyph and Suicune, including Pyroar and other things like that. Garbodor will shut off their abilities, and then we'll have no problem dealing with them. Again, I mentioned the Battle Compressor being able to discard 3 cards from your deck and put them right into your discard pile. Very slick. Dark Patch here, getting the Darkness energy back into our bench Pokemon. For our Darkness bench Pokemon, we have 3 of these. 4 Hypnotoxic Lasers, just to be really annoying. We have 1 Professor's Letter. Scramble Switch as the aspect of choice, being able to have an explosive kind of maneuvering of the energy. This could help out in weird cases, so I never know when this can be very convenient. We have 1 Starlight Megaphone and 1 Switch. 3 Ultra Balls, 2 Via Seekers, Colress, 2 Lysanders, 1 Lysis Trump card, 3 Ends, 2 Professor Birch's Observation, or 1, I think. Oh, it is 2. 4 Junipers, and that's it for the support line for our stadium. It's going to be the Shadow Circle. Just a really good fit for our Yveltal, being able to counter other Lightning-type Pokemon with the weakness advantage. We can kind of try to avoid those kind of scenarios. Of course, we do have Verbank City Gym with the Hypnotoxic Laser being able to put out even more damage, but 2 Float Stones for the Garbodor and 3 Hard Charms to increase that fighting resistance, since there's a lot of fighting Pokemon with fighting help, you know, Donphan and Landorus out there with Strong Energy, Muscle Band. I think we can kind of counter those kind of things. We have 4 of these DCEs and Darkness Energies, a handful of those, 7 of them. And so right here, let's take a look at the daily challenge. So right now, I already cheated a little bit. I got a little bit started for us, but I was just kind of testing out this challenge. And so I mean, hey, we get 30 coins, and any random battle does it, so we're going to go ahead and try to get this to work out for us in the expanded format with the Yveltal expanded deck. Here we go, random battle. And we'll be playing against Enter X-Men Sand, and apparently we have the advantage, so that's always good news for us. I think I'm not going to win the coin toss here. Ooh, what's going on here? Let's see. We don't get anything. Oh, there we go. He flipped 1 coin, resulting in tails. And yes, we'll like to get to go first. And that way we can kind of have some opportunities to go first. Ooh, we see Primal Kyogre. We see 2 of them. 1 full art, 1 not the full art one. We start off with an Yveltal. I think that's a pretty solid start. My opponent can always play. We saw my opponent playing the what do you call it? Team Flare Grunt. So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll play the Hypnotoxic Laser. Put this guy to sleep, I guess. And you know what? I'm just gonna sit on my hand here. You never know when your opponent is going to play an N or anything else. So I have the energy here. I can go ahead and knock out this Manaphy in the next turn if my opponent doesn't retreat it. We see a Dive Ball that played through the Skyla, searching for that Dive Ball. My opponent will probably get the Kyogre out. The Kyogre EX would be a very viable option for my opponent. And the Manaphy here, I think it's really nice being able to just use a deep Sea Swirl and a really nice draw support there. My opponent gets out the Keldeo with the Floatstone, so I guess that's going to be the option for my opponent. And we could see an energy drop here. My opponent could definitely go for the deep Sea Swirl, but either way, I will go ahead and knock out this little Manaphy. My opponent does shuffle his hand. It gets a nice fresh hand. That's a pretty good choice for my opponent. We can knock this Manaphy out, or we can Lysandre out the Keldeo. But for now, I think I'm going to go with the Professor Birch. We do hit Tails. That's a bit of a bummer. We also get the DCE, and you know what? Let's just go ahead. We'll just Evil Ball. Just take this guy out. 80 damage, taking out the Manaphy. Didn't need the energy on the Manaphy, but my opponent now would definitely need to get the Kyogre EX going. Oh, my opponent gets us with a Team Flare Grunt. I don't mind that at all. Good thing we still have our DCE here, so I will play the DCE here and just kind of go and hit the Keldeo, or we can go ahead and attack the Kyurem. My opponent might be going for something like that, going for an Outrage. I would assume. Oh, my opponent doesn't retreat. That's very interesting. So let's go ahead. We'll play the DCE here. Let's go for the Hypnotoxic Laser. Let's see if we can put the Keldeo to sleep. And we'll go ahead and get the Professor Birch and see if we can flip heads one more time. Let's take a look here, and we do. Alright, oh man, I totally regret not playing the Ultra Ball to get another Darkness Pokemon, but that's okay with me. Let's just go for the Evil Ball. I think that should do 1, 2, 3, 80 damage. We could Y-Cyclone, but I want the energies to stay here. So let's go ahead. We'll go with the Y-Cyclone. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have another Team Flare Grunt. If my opponent does, then we're going to have to go ahead and play the Professor Birch's Observation one more time. And oh my goodness, my opponent does have the Team Flare Grunt. I should have gone with the Y-Cyclone there, so that's in hindsight. But you know what? Regardless, we're going to go ahead and just we're going to go with this. Let's go with the Professor Birch, and we would flip Tails. That is tragic. And looks like we're basically going to be stuck here. Alrighty then. So let's see. The next turn, I'm just gonna probably play the end. No, well, not play the end. I'm gonna play the Jirachi to get out a Juniper, and maybe use the Ultra Ball, discard the N, and discard something else. We see my opponent play for a Skyla, probably going for the Floatstone. That way my opponent can retreat into the Kyurem. But if that's the case, or a Scoop Up Cyclone, all that work for nothing. Because we failed to get the job done with the DCE here. So here comes the Kyurem. Let's go ahead. We're going to discard these. And what I'd like to do is get the Trubbish going here so we can evolve into the Garbodor. So let's get that. Let's play the Stellar Guidance. We'll go for the Juniper. And here we go. Drawn into 7 cards. We also get a Dark Patch. So that's always good news as well. I'm going to go ahead. We'll play this here. And let's go for that 1 energy Dark Patch. We could play the Scramble Switch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll be hitting for 100 damage, but at this point, I'd rather not do that. Let's go ahead. We'll just play this here, and we'll end the turn. So in the next turn, what I want to do is Scramble Switch, move this here, and hopefully we can play the Juniper and draw into a DCE. That would be a one-shot on the Kyurem, because that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus, whether it's a DCE or not, we should be able to do it. So let's go ahead. We'll take the chances here, and we'll move this onto the Yveltal. And why not? Let's go ahead. We'll even play a Floatstone onto the Mewtwo, I think. Or we could probably play it on the Yveltal. But I'd rather have something else on the Yveltal. Alright, let's play it on the Mewtwo, and I'm going to go for the Juniper. And here it is. We do get the... I'm going to play it safe. So right now we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 1 more. That's 140. And let's go ahead and play this here. So we'll go for the Evil Ball, 140, taking out the Kyurem in one shot. So the plan here is if we see we don't see an energy drop onto the Kyurem, then we see the Lapras get promoted instead. But remember, the goal here is to just output a ton of damage. So my opponent here can do a Seafaring and flip 3 coins. Looks like my opponent's going to go for that. And he flips 1 heads, and so is able to get 1 energy from the discard pile. We have yet to see the Primal Kyogre, but let's take a look at what we have here for options. I'm just going to go ahead and there we go. Oh, I should have made the attack before my opponent conceded. That's a bit of a shame. We couldn't get some more damage down. And there it is. We're already halfway done. Let's take a look at what else we can do here. But yeah, this is the Yveltal expanded deck with the dark patches here on Pokemon TCG Online. Hopefully we can get the job done with this daily challenge. This is going to be Daily Challenge Monday. Yeah, hopefully we can get it done under 30 minutes. The goal is to try to do these daily challenges under 30 minutes, and we are well on our way to get the job done. Now, in that last match, we couldn't get the attack in, but like I said, I kind of cheated already, and I had some of the progress done in the daily challenge. So we'll pretend that the attack was able to, I was able to pull it off, and we were able to do that. So, anyways, we start off here a little cautious. Don't want to play the DCE. Let's go ahead. We'll play this here, and let's just go with this. I'm gonna go with the Battle Compressor. What I want to do is bring out just 2 for now, and also the Lysander's trump card. Don't really want to draw into that. And we only need to use it circumstantially if we ever need to VS Seeker for it. So we get another Yveltal. We'll play that on the bench. I'm going to hang on to the Mewtwo, and we'll end the turn. So ideally what I want to do is play the DCE onto the Yveltal. If we don't see anything else from my opponent's bench, then we'll just play the Yveltal, play the DCE, and just take out the Hawlucha, being able to do... Oh, never mind. The Wobbuffet is now in the active spot. The Hawlucha retreats into the bench. My opponent could play... for something like an Ultra Ball or something like that, get some Donphans going. I'm expecting this to be a Donphan deck. Oh, never mind. We see a Battle Compressor, one that's going to get into the discard pile. That's pretty peculiar. Makes me curious. But we do have the Lysander. We can just Lysander out the Hawlucha. I think the Hawlucha is going to be one of the biggest problems here because the Shining Spirit ability actually isn't affected by resistance. So that means that my opponent can get something like a Strong Energy and Muscle Band and would still hit for a lot of damage. So let's see here. We can definitely take out the Wobbuffet. That's an option too. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're doing 80 unless we bring out the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo would be doing only doing 80. So I mean, let's just take out. I don't know. Let's just take out the Hawlucha. I think that's a pretty good choice. So, you know what? The Hawlucha might be a thorn in our side, and I'll just play the Mewtwo for now. Maybe I'm going to undo that. Let's not play the Mewtwo. I don't want the Mewtwo to get Lysandered out, something funny happening to the Mewtwo. So let's just go for the X-Ball, and there we go, 80 damage. Did I say X-Ball? I meant Evil Ball. Oh, wow, we get the Laser Bank here. So we can actually knock out the Wobbuffet in one shot, even without any energy drops. My opponent goes for a VS Seeker. Can definitely play the N or the Karina. Looks like we will see a Donphan deck coming here. I'm expecting to see... Ooh, never mind. It's a Groudon EX. Okay, that threw me off. I was expecting to see a Donphan deck. Usually we see something with these Wobbuffets for the Donphan to retreat into, do a spinning turn into a Wobbuffet, or even the Hawlucha to have the free retreat. And there it is, the Groudon EX with the energy drop. So let's go ahead. We're just going to get rid of this Wobbuffet right now. I'm going to hang on to the Hypnotoxic Lasers. I'm just going to hang on to my hand. Okay, fine. I'm going to play the Mew, and let's just go for the Professor Birch. And we do flip heads. That's really good. Ooh, we even get a Dark Patch that we can patch onto this guy. And look at that. The ball is rolling here, folks. I'm going to hang on to this in case we need to, get out the Garbodor. We don't have the, well, I mean, let's just play it now. I have 2 Yveltals, and, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and discard the N. That way we can have an energy. So let's just get the Garbodor out now. We don't have a tool yet, but that's okay. And let's go for the Evil Ball. This should be a knockout. Perfect with the math. And there goes the Wobbuffet. Ooh, we even get another DCE here. We can play it onto the Mewtwo or even onto the Yveltal. We have the Wobbuffet here again. Hopefully we can draw into another Hypnotoxic Laser. That would be a one-shot on the Wobbuffet. Oh, excuse me. Oh, never mind. My opponent counters the stadium with the Sky Arrow Bridge. Kind of missed that stadium. That was a good stadium. So what we can do is just go with this, and that should be a knockout on the Wobbuffet. And let's go ahead. We'll just Juniper our hand away. We do get a Darkrai, but you know what? Let's see. Well, if I play Darkrai, my ability won't even work anyway. So let's see. We do get the Hypnotoxic Laser. I'm going to save that for the Groudon EX. And here we go. Let's just go for the Evil Ball. That should do it right there. And I think the game froze. And not sure. Let's just give the app a couple seconds to follow up. But I did the Evil Ball attack, and right now the game kind of froze. There we go. Finally, we hit the Evil Ball 120. That does it. And here comes the Groudon EX. The math working pretty well with the DCE dropping there. My opponent can still do a Rip Claw, and that can actually discard one of our energies. Oh, never mind. We see a Lysander bringing out the Garbodor. Oh, that's very peculiar. If we can draw into... oh, perfect. Alright, so what we're going to do is... what I want is... Oh, where is the Skyla? There is no Skyla. Did I use the Skyla already? Oh, wait, I don't play Skyla. Oh, man, if I played Skyla, I could have used the Skyla to get out the Scramble Switch, but there's no Scramble Switch anyway. And so, let's take a look here. Oh, let's just take out the Professor Birch's observation. Don't really need to see that. I guess we can play this guy here. Let's play this here as well. Let's put the Float Stone over here. So, I don't know. Might as well just attach this energy here. Let's go for the Hypnotoxic Laser. We do put him to sleep. And let's take a look here. We have an N. And we got Birch and Colress in the discard pile. I'm just going to go for the Juniper. And look at that. We even get more energy here. How much are we doing now? I'm not sure, but we should have enough to knock out this guy in at least 2 hits. I'm not even doing the math right now. Let's go for the Evil Ball, and there it is, 200 damage. Oh boy. Oh wow, that last energy drop wasn't even necessary anymore, but whatever. We want it to get as much damage as we can, get it on the board, and see if we can get all 800. Yes, we did. Look at that. And we did it under 30 minutes. So here is 30 coins for us. 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, getting the job done with the Darkness Challenge. And let's take a look at these stats. 480 damage right there. High fives all around. All right, that is the Yveltal expanded deck. So proof that you guys can get these daily challenges done under 20 minutes for that matter. But 30 minutes is the goal. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Give the video a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. And if you guys have any other deck ideas, feel free to send them my way. And I'll see too if I can build them and showcase them on this channel. You guys have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.